In any situation where we're farming animals, it's sometimes necessary to restrain that animal just for routine husbandry procedures. If we're talking about small animals like old Wal here, then it's a fairly easy matter just to scruff him, move him around and do what we need to. But when we're dealing with large animals, nervous or aggressive animals, then it's not such an easy procedure. It's not easy for me when I'm trying to hold them, but it's also not particularly easy for the animal. They don't like being held. The animal, of course, reacts to being restrained without a Stockstill. Usually they're not very happy, and that can lead to self-inflicted injuries if they're kicking, for example, or pulling in the head bail. It also can lead to a considerable increase in time when I'm trying to do a delicate operation, or a lack of precision. If I'm trying to work on an animal that's jumping around, then obviously the job isn't going to be so precise. By the way, my name's Phil Seiler. I'm from Kalara Cattle Company. We're the Queensland distributors of Stockstill. Stockstill is an Australian invention for holding animals, a variety of animals, still using small electric pulses. You might ask, why am I involved with Stockstill? Well, the reason is quite simple. Basically, I've been involved with it for 20 years now, or more than 20 years, and I've seen many of the advantages that it can actually do for a bloke handling cattle. I'm also convinced that when you use Stockstill in accordance with the instructions, the animal has a much better time of it. You will see from this video two things: how straightforward and easy it is to use a Stockstill, and also some of the many advantages Stockstill can offer you and your animal. So take a look now while I restrain this bull using a Stockstill. Don't worry if you miss something, because we go through it again in a moment a little more slowly. Okay, now we'll bring another beast up and I'll show you a little more detail and a little more slowly just how to put all the clips on and operate the machine. Stockstill unit itself has an output socket. This is a buzzer, a warning alarm, an on-off switch and a control knob. In normal procedure we would use an output lead plugged in like so. We will need a clip like this one, which goes on the side of the lip, the top lip of the animal, and under the loose skin under the tail we will use a needle, this clip here. The procedure is to get the electrodes connected, preset the level to what you think you'll need, turn the unit on, adjust the level a little bit if you need to, and then away you go, Bob's your uncle. front electrode needs to be clipped on the side of the top lip towards the back of the mouth. And a little bit under the loose skin under the butt of the tail. And we preset the level, as I've said. Simply turn it on, and we should have a lock up immediately. As you can see there, the beast is stable. Particularly look at the head end. In this situation, he's having difficulty breathing because of tight muscles, but he is breathing. If I turn it down a little, watch the head and see what happens. And the normal would be to turn it down until you can see him loosen, and then perhaps up a little fraction. Somewhere around about that level is probably quite sufficient. It's most important to make sure the animal is breathing. It has to be a regular breath. It can be a laboured breath, but it must be regular. If in doubt, put your back of your hand in front of their nose. They should be able to feel the air rush easily. So obviously we can work around the head end, but also if we need to work at the rear of the animal, we can work here with safety without worrying about the animal kicking you or anything like that. You can operate with precision, for example, if you're castrating. Things like branding are no problem at all. When you don't have a response to what you're doing, you can get a good brand every time. So if you're not using Stockstill, you're doing it the hard way.